This is the Aptitude Outdoors podcast, where we interview conservationists, hunters, anglers, and outdoorsmen and women to bring you the greatest stories, information, and advice from the best in the world. I'm a huge fanatic for handmade, high-quality leather and canvas products. In my opinion, they last longer, hold up better to the abuses of travel, and honestly, they just look really cool. That's why I use Badger Claw Outfitters. They've been making handcrafted products for hunting, camping, and travel since 2011, and that's right up my alley. Best part is they're made right here in the USA and are guaranteed for life. They've got everything from gun leather, belts, custom knife sheaths, wallets, duffel bags, leather and canvas pouches, everyday carry items, and more. Badger Claw Outfitters, made in the USA, built for the wild. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Aptitude Outdoors podcast. Thanks for tuning back in. Today, I'm talking about a recent fly fishing trip I went on with some good friends. My wife went. We just decided we were going to go up to Northwest Michigan for the trout opener and see what happened. Very little experience fly fishing. I've been 3 times. But the one thing I do know is that the place to be where I'm at within a few hours is either out east to Cleveland area or up north to Michigan if you're trying to catch trout. So by pure luck and happenstance, we ended up there on trout opener. So drive all the way up to Michigan. We rent a campground. Cool water on the Pine, cool place. I really liked it there. It was peaceful. There wasn't a lot of crazy partying going on, at least on my end of the town. It's totally cool, totally chill. Right there at the park was river access, and it wasn't that expensive. So it was really cool to be there. We camped pretty much next to the stairs that led down to the river. So we got there, we left Friday night after work, and we got there pretty much at dark, set up our tents, and woke up the next morning, cooked breakfast. I had this awesome, I love it, I'll never get rid of it, this old Coleman camp stove. I have no idea how old it is. It's at least 20 years old. There's no way it's not. It still runs off like that white fuel that you buy in cans at Walmart, and you pour it in to this big tank. You have to pump it to get pressure. It's all rusty and beat up. Awesome. Loved it. We cooked omelets in Ziploc bags, which was super cool. Coffee on a percolator. Old school. Absolutely loved it. I never get rid of that thing. And then we suited up. We had waders. We had fly rods. We had chest packs and a backpack. We headed down to the river and fished our asses off for a few hours, exploring the little area we had. We don't have a boat. We had nothing. We just kind of waded on sandbars that we could find in the river. Got really deep. It was moving very fast. So we just tried to fish places where they say there should be trout. Deep holes, slow moving water, log jams where the current's kind of stuck and not moving super fast. So we did all that stuff. No luck. So we went back up to our campsite, ate lunch, and then that morning we went to the fly shop to see what we needed. And, it was the Manistee River Lodge up there in Northwest Michigan, outside of Wellston, Cadillac area. Really cool place, really cool fly shop. Total fly shop vibes. You go in there, they got tons of flies. The lady running the shop was super nice, and she was helping us pick out what we needed.
Hey, what's up, everyone? James Appleton here, co-founder of Absolute Aid. Welcome to the Seek to Do More program. This program will help you help yourself by developing the daily habits that will elevate your entire life. Over the next 30 days, you'll complete the doers list every single day. And the doers list includes 1, do something physical. 2, follow and stick to your diet of choice. 3, read a real book. 4, further your education on purpose. 5, dedicate time to your spiritual life. And 6, dedicate time to your hobbies. So if you're ready to take a structured, proven approach to build the daily habits that will allow you to get the most out of yourself, your time, and your life every single day, the Seek to Do More program is your blueprint. So make a choice, commit to yourself, sign up below, and let's get started.
Got a few flies, literally lost every single one of them on the trip in log jams or sunken trees under the river, which is a bummer, but that's what fishing is. So that afternoon, had a buddy tell me you can hike in like a mile to this one spot on the North Country Trail, or maybe it was the Manistee River Loop Trail. They all kind of blur together in my mind, but we hiked into this little creek. He said he's caught fish there before. It was cool because you get to see a lot of scenic Northwest Michigan, and walked in there, no fish. I walked up and down the creek, fished, it's nothing. So we fished the Manistee for a little bit, and right there it's huge. So you're getting closer to the dam. So it was not really any fish that we could find in there. So we went back to camp, grabbed some rain gear because it started pouring during that time, and we went down to M37, it was like the Peterson Bridge area, and tried to fish there for a while. We weren't really able to fish super far because there was not a lot of area to wade in, that we kind of got stuck. And we fished there pretty much until 7 or 8 o'clock. Same thing, trying to fish the slower holes and fish where the fish would not be in the direct, insanely fast moving current. Cold, wet. It was so fun. We spent the whole day there, just throughout that area, that little stretch of river. Nothing, not even a nibble, between 5 people. That's pretty impressive. So we're going to write it off as a scouting trip, but I did have a blast trying to fish. That was my first real go at going out on my own with limited information and just trying to use my knowledge of fishing to catch fish. I didn't catch shit. So that's the way it goes sometimes, but I was excited that night. We got back to camp and I got to finally make the squirrel that I'd been saving from hunting season. Fried it up, soaked it in buttermilk, fried it like you would fried chicken. And then I used what was left in the pan, dumped out most of the oil, and used that with some seasoning and flour and milk to make a gravy. And squirrel gravy is awesome. Fried squirrel is awesome. Everybody loved it, even the people there who don't hunt. They said it was pretty good. And they're converted back to the squirrel train, which is another thing I'm trying to get people on. Eat more squirrels. And it was just a good time. It rained the whole next morning. It was a gauntlet trip, which, was all I could do. That's all I had time for. So we went up there fast, basically overnight. It rained as we packed up our gear. It was freezing cold. My hands went completely numb. I couldn't feel them. It was miserable. And that's just what it is to go on these gauntlet fishing trips. And I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Would I like to have catch fish? Absolutely. That's part of the learning curve. Spent a whole summer last year attempting to try and learn how to catch bass. And I got skunked over and over. And that's just what it takes. Now I'm reading books on trout, trying to figure out, a little better, talking to people more. Maybe, do you have any advice on where I can go? Can I go with you? I got a kayak. I can drive around. I'll, eat shit for a year or two to learn. And then I can go out and really understand what I'm doing at a better level. So that's just something I'm always trying to reinforce. And, I'm not a 15-year-old kid anymore. I'm not 20. I'm pushing mid-30s. Still got to suck it up sometimes if you're trying to learn, which is just part of the gig. But I would encourage you to go out and try stuff like this around you. I'm still going to go out and try and catch bluegill and bass on the fly rod and traditional fishing, spinning gear. And I still love fishing regardless. But it's just one more thing to add to the list of things to do outdoors that I never thought I'd be into, but I absolutely love it now. So go check it out for yourself. Go out on the river. People are generally pretty nice. Had no problems. Everything was fun and cool. So go check it out yourself. And thank you for listening to the podcast. I hope you're getting something out of it. And I really hope you guys could help me out by giving the podcast a rating and review on iTunes and Spotify. It would really help me out. And subscribing to the YouTube channel. That would help as well. So thank you all so much. We'll be back soon with another episode. Hey, thanks for listening to the Aptitude Outdoors podcast. If you're getting anything out of this, if you're learning something, if it's helped you in any way, go down in the link below and buy me a coffee. Throw me $1, throw me $2. We greatly appreciate it. Just using it to keep this ship afloat. So thank you very much.